My name is Lena, and I thought the surprise vacation to Mexico was a dream come true. Mark, my boyfriend of 3 years, had planned it all. He was a rising star at a sleek tech startup, and he'd been stressed for months. "This will be good for us, baby," he'd said, kissing my forehead. "We deserve this." I was so excited I didn't question why he was on his phone so much, always texting with a sly smile. I just thought he was happy. Our third night there, we went to a fancy club. The music was throbbing, and Mark was buying round after round of drinks. He was being unusually loud, showing off. Then he saw her. A woman in a sequined outfit, dancing on a platform. He couldn't take his eyes off her. "I'm just going to get us more drinks," he yelled in my ear, heading toward the bar, right next to her stage. I waited for 20 minutes. The crowd shifted, and that's when I saw them. In a shadowy booth, partially hidden by a curtain, Mark was there. And she was sitting on his lap, her arms wrapped around his neck. He was kissing her. Not a peck. A deep, passionate kiss. I felt the world tilt. My stomach dropped like a stone. I couldn't move. I just stood there frozen, watching the man I loved cheat on me with a stripper in the middle of our romantic vacation. I didn't cause a scene. Something cold and hard settled inside me. I turned, walked back to our hotel room, and packed my bags. I called the airline, changed my ticket, and got a cab to the airport. He stumbled back to the room hours later, reeking of perfume and alcohol, to find me and my luggage gone. His phone blew up with calls and texts. I ignored every single one. The 12-hour flight home was the longest and quietest of my life. I didn't cry. I just planned. You see, Mark was brilliant, but he was also messy. As his personal assistant, I was the one who kept his life, and his work, running smoothly. I managed his calendar, his emails, even his passwords. I knew everything about his big, multimillion-dollar contract with a giant investor, Genesis Global. I was the one who had organized all the data, prepared the presentations, and scheduled the final, crucial meeting. The morning after I got back, I went into the office. He wasn't back yet. I acted perfectly normal. But I accessed his project files for the Genesis deal. And I found it. A single, buried spreadsheet with slightly altered numbers. It wasn't a huge lie, but it was enough. He was inflating the projected user growth to make the deal look sweeter. It was fraud. The day he returned, looking tired and guilty, was the day of the final video call with Genesis Global. He tried to talk to me, but I just gave him a cold smile. "Focus on the meeting, Mark. It's a big one." He looked relieved, thinking I was being professional. He thought I was going to roll over. He was wrong. The call started. His boss and the serious-faced executives from Genesis were on the screen. Mark began his presentation, using the slides I had built. Then, at the very end, I did what I did best. I assisted him. I sent a quick, scheduled email to every single person on that call. The subject line was, "Clarifying data for Project Sunrise." The body of the email was simple and professional. Per Mark's request, please find the original, unaltered growth projections attached for your review alongside the presented figures. Transparency is key. I attached the real spreadsheet and the fake one he was using. I watched his screen. I saw the moment the Genesis CEO received it. His face changed. He interrupted Mark. "Mr. Evans, could you please explain the discrepancy between the data you just presented and the numbers in this email?" Mark's face went white. He fumbled, stuttering, trying to lie his way out of it. But the trap was set. You can't talk your way out of printed numbers. The call ended abruptly. His boss called him immediately, his voice a roar through the speakerphone. The contract was terminated. Immediately. Mark was fired. On the spot. He stormed out of his office, his eyes wild with panic and rage. He found me at my desk, calmly sipping my coffee. "You. What did you do?" he screamed, drawing the attention of the entire office. I looked up at him, my expression calm. "I just assisted you, Mark. One last time. I hope she was worth it." I picked up my purse and walked out, leaving him there in the ruins of his career. He cheated on me with a stripper, so I ended his multimillion-dollar contract. Some people might call it revenge. I just call it balancing the scales.